Godzilla vs. Thor. Battle of Gods and Monsters. The sky is dark and swirling with storm clouds. Lightning flashes illuminate the silhouette of a massive creature rising from the ocean depths. Waves crash against a devastated shoreline. Suddenly, a deafening roar shatters the silence as Godzilla emerges, water cascading off his colossal form. Thunder booms, and from the stormy sky descends Thor, surrounded by crackling lightning, Mjolnir in hand. Hey folks, ever wondered what would happen if a god went toe-to-toe with a monster? Well, grab your popcorn because today we're diving into the ultimate showdown. Godzilla, the king of monsters, versus Thor, the god of thunder. T-Rex high voltage. We're gonna break down their origins, powers, and epic feats to see who might just come out on top in this colossal clash. So, who do you think would win in a battle of gods and monsters? Let's find out together. Godzilla, the king of monsters. Let's kick things off with the big guy himself, Godzilla. This massive reptilian titan first stomped onto the scene in 1954, straight out of Japanese cinema. Originally, Godzilla was a symbol of nuclear destruction and the fears surrounding it after World War II. Over the decades, he's evolved from being a terrifying force of nature to sometimes even acting as Earth's protector against other monstrous threats. Pretty rad character development for a giant lizard, right? Cool. Now, let's talk about what makes Godzilla the ultimate kaiju. That's Japanese for strange beast. Godzilla's signature move, the atomic breath. Imagine a beam of pure radioactive energy blasting from his mouth, capable of leveling cities and obliterating his foes. It's not just hot, it's nuclear. This ain't your average dragonfire, it's a whole other ballgame. Fire. Then there's the nuclear pulse. When the going gets tough, Godzilla can release a massive burst of nuclear energy from his body, frying anything in his immediate vicinity. It's like a gigantic EMP mixed with a shockwave. Talk about clearing the area. Standing anywhere from 300 to over 400 feet tall, depending on the adaptation, Godzilla's sheer size is mind-blowing. His physical strength matches his size. He can topple skyscrapers, toss other giant monsters around, and cause earthquakes with his footsteps. Imagine the recoil on that punch. Biceps. Godzilla isn't just big and strong, he's tough as nails. Conventional weapons like tanks, missiles, and even nukes barely scratch the surface. Plus, he's got regenerative abilities, healing from wounds that would be fatal to others. It's like he's saying, "Is that all you got?" Smirk. Over the years, Godzilla has faced and defeated some pretty intimidating foes. Remember King Ghidorah, the three-headed space dragon? Took him down. How about Mechagodzilla, his robotic doppelganger armed to the teeth? No match for our guy. He's even survived being at the epicenter of nuclear explosions and came back stronger. Legendary status confirmed. Trophy. Thor, the god of thunder. Now, onto the mighty Thor. Hailing from Norse mythology, Thor is the Asgardian god of thunder, but most of us probably know him from Marvel Comics and the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Son of Odin, Prince of Asgard, and a founding member of the Avengers, Thor's got one impressive lineage and quite the superhero resume. Glowing star. So, what makes Thor worthy, pun intended, of facing off against Godzilla? Let's break it down. Thor's iconic hammer, Mjolnir, isn't just for show. It's enchanted so that only the worthy can lift it. With Mjolnir, Thor can fly, control lightning, and deliver devastating blows. Later on, he gets Stormbreaker, an axe-hammer hybrid that's even more powerful. It can summon the Bifrost, allowing him to travel between worlds. Talk about an upgrade. Axe. As the god of thunder, Thor can summon and control lightning and storms. He can call down lightning strikes that can shatter mountains or electrify his enemies. Need a sudden downpour or a tornado? Thor's got you covered. Mother Nature who? Tornado. Thor boasts superhuman strength, speed, stamina, and longevity. He can lift the Midgard serpent, swing his hammer at twice the speed of light, in the comics, and has centuries of combat experience. He's been around the block a few times. With his weapons, Thor can soar through the skies and even space. Plus, using the Bifrost or Stormbreaker, he can hop between different realms and dimensions. Weekend getaway to another universe, anyone? Airplane. Thor has faced down some pretty hefty adversaries. He's battled the Hulk to a standstill, taken on frost giants, and even went head-to-head with Thanos. Remember when he took the full force of a neutron star to forge Stormbreaker? Not many can walk that off. He's also prevented Ragnarok, the end of the world, and saved the universe more times than we can count. Strengths and weaknesses. Alright, let's size up our contenders. Godzilla's got the home field advantage when it comes to size and raw power. His endurance and regenerative abilities make him incredibly tough to defeat. Plus, his atomic breath is a long-range attack that can catch foes off guard. However, Godzilla isn't exactly the nimblest creature around. His massive size makes him a bit sluggish compared to smaller opponents. And while he's resistant to physical and conventional attacks, mystical energies might be a different story, something Thor has in spades. Thor brings versatility to the table. He's got mystical powers, can fly, and wields powerful enchanted weapons. His combat experience and strategic mind make him a formidable opponent. Plus, his ability to control weather could be a game-changer. On the flip side, Thor can sometimes be outmatched by enemies who are significantly larger and stronger. While he's powerful, he often relies on his weapons to channel his full potential. If separated from Mjolnir or Stormbreaker, he might be at a disadvantage. The battlefield scenario. Imagine the setting. A sprawling cityscape or a remote volcanic island, with dark storm clouds overhead. The air is thick with tension. On one side, the ocean churns as Godzilla approaches. On the other, the sky crackles as Thor arrives, sensing a disturbance. The perfect storm is brewing, literally. Godzilla emerges from the depths, drawn by some unnatural activity. Maybe those pesky humans are at it again. Thor descends from the sky, Mjolnir at the ready. Both size each other up, unsure of the other's intentions. Godzilla relies on instinct. He assesses threats based on presence and aggression. Thor, ever the warrior, might try to communicate first. But if Godzilla perceives Thor as a threat, it's game on. The battle breakdown. The tension snaps, and Godzilla unleashes a warning roar. Thor responds, "I mean you no harm, creature." But before peace talks can happen, Godzilla fires his atomic breath. Thor raises Mjolnir, creating a barrier that deflects the blast, albeit barely. So that's how it's gonna be. Thor mutters, "Time to engage." Crossed swords. Thor takes to the skies, zipping around Godzilla's massive form, landing lightning-infused hits. Godzilla swings his tail, the sheer force creating shockwaves. One lucky swing sends Thor spiraling into a skyscraper. Shaking off the debris, Thor realizes he's dealing with more than just a mindless beast. Determined, Thor channels the full might of the storm. The sky darkens, and lightning strikes Godzilla, but our giant friend starts absorbing the energy. Godzilla's dorsal fins glow brighter, he's powering up. Now in his burning form, Godzilla radiates immense heat and energy. Thor decides it's time for Stormbreaker. Thor hurls Stormbreaker, aiming for Godzilla's head. Godzilla counters with a nuclear pulse, the collision causing a massive explosion that levels the surrounding area. Both are thrown back, wounded but not defeated. They lock eyes, each realizing they're facing an opponent unlike any other. Possible outcomes. Godzilla's relentless attacks eventually wear Thor down. Exposure to intense radiation weakens Thor, and without time to recover, Godzilla lands a decisive blow. The King of Monsters roars victoriously over the fallen god. Alternatively, Thor uses his mystical abilities to exploit Godzilla's weaknesses. Perhaps he opens a dimensional rift to transport Godzilla away or channels enough cosmic energy to overwhelm him. With a final, mighty swing of Stormbreaker, Thor stands triumphant. But maybe, just maybe, they realize the real threat isn't each other. An even greater danger looms, forcing them to join forces. Together, they become an unstoppable team, Godzilla's power and Thor's leadership saving the day. Factors influencing the battle. The setting could tip the scales. In a radiation-rich environment, Godzilla gets a power boost. In a mystical realm or Asgard, Thor's powers might be amplified. What if other monsters join the fray? Or perhaps Loki decides to meddle, making things even more complicated. Maybe the military launches an attack, forcing both to defend themselves. Fan perspectives and theories. Fans are split down the middle on this one. Some argue that Godzilla's sheer size and nuclear capabilities give him the upper hand. Others believe Thor's godly powers and combat skills would secure his victory. In various storylines, Thor has battled giants and cosmic beings, sometimes without his hammer. Godzilla has taken down beings that dwarf even himself. Both have impressive track records. Some enthusiasts suggest that while Godzilla has physical advantages, Thor's versatility and access to magic could give him an edge. Others point out that Godzilla's resilience might outlast Thor's stamina. Conclusion. So, who wins in the clash of gods and monsters? It's a tough call. Godzilla brings overwhelming power and endurance, while Thor offers versatility, speed, and mystical might. At the end of the day, it might come down to the writer's choice or the universe they're in. Both characters are iconic and symbolize different aspects of power, one primal and natural, the other divine and heroic. But hey, that's just our take. We'd love to hear from you. Who do you think would win this epic battle? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get the debate going. Speaking head speech balloon. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride. We had a blast imagining this colossal showdown. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, share it with your fellow fans, and don't forget to subscribe for more epic content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out. Bell thumbs up. Stay tuned because next time we're pitting two other legends against each other. Superman vs. Goku. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Until next time, keep dreaming big and stay awesome. Love you gesture.